Football Week 3 is here. I'm Shannon Sommerville with your top 5 college football player prop bets that are available on Underdog Fantasy, PrizePicks, Sleeper, and CHALKBOARD. If you don't have those apps, make sure to download them. Use the promo code LineStar when you do, and you'll get up to $100 of your first deposit matched. Actually, that's up to $300 on CHALKBOARD, so make sure to take advantage and use that promo code LineStar. If you are enjoying our content here on the LineStar YouTube channel, which we hope you are, make sure to go ahead and subscribe to our channel and do us a favor. Like this video, comment below, helps the algorithm out a little bit, and also helps you out because we give away money here on the LineStar YouTube channel. If we hit 4 of our 5 props, one randomly selected commenter will win $100. So make sure to comment below and you're automatically entered in to win. Also might want to sign up for notifications as well. A lot of times the lines change. We want you guys to hop on our bets right when we come out with videos. So get on the notification bell. You can click on that as well. All right, so last week we were 2 of 4 on our props. Overall in the season, we are 4 of 9. So looking to improve a little bit. The first few weeks of college football season, or really any football season in general, NFL is kind of the same way. Weeks 1 through 4, it's a lot of learning about what teams are doing out there and really compiling some data. So hopefully now we've got a little bit more information under our belt that we can really start to take advantage and use that props AI tool to find the best edge in the prop market. There's a lot of great games on the slate this weekend. I'm particularly eyeing the Georgia-South Carolina game. I'm a Georgia Bulldogs fan. South Carolina always makes me nervous every single year. I don't care what the spread is, I am always scared of South Carolina because in years past, they pulled up these really crazy upsets. I've seen them firsthand, so I never underestimate the Gamecocks, and I'm not doing that this year. And in fact, that is where I am leaning in the prop market for my first prop. Spencer Rattler, higher than 194 passing yards. Rattler's gone over 300 the first 2 games of this season. He is a poised seasoned SEC quarterback who will not be thrown by this hostile environment. Last season, averaged 233. He's gone over that 194.5 mark in 7 of 13 games last year. Yes, I know that Georgia held him to just 118 last year, but these are 2 different squads this year. And when you look at South Carolina's offensive line, they're not that great. They haven't been able to really establish the run game. I think that in order for South Carolina to really be competitive against Georgia in this game, it's going to be through Spencer Rattler and the passing game, attacking a greener Georgia secondary in this one. So I like the over here, especially because not only are you betting on Spencer Rattler, but you're betting on one of the best wide receivers in the SEC. That is Xavier Legette, who's averaging 148 receiving yards per game through the first 2 games. We're rolling with Rattler, over 194.5 passing yards. On the other side of that matchup, we're going with the 6'4", 240-pound beast of a tight end, Brock Bowers, over 58.5 receiving yards. Yes, I know Bowers only had 3 receiving yards last week. However, he did have 78 in week 1. And he's been dominant against the Gamecocks in years past. Last year, 121 receiving yards against the Gamecocks. He's going to be a matchup nightmare for South Carolina in this one. 6'4", 240, just a great receiver. There's a reason he is a top NFL prospect, and I think he's going to be a problem for South Carolina in this one. So look for Bowers over 58.5 receiving yards. From Athens, Georgia to Chapel Hill, we are taking the over on rushing yards for a quarterback who can do it all. Tar Heels quarterback Drake Maye over 32.5 rushing yards at -125. Maye has gone over that total 11 of the last 16 games he has started. In fact, he's averaging 42 rushing yards through the first 2 games. He is going up against a tough Minnesota defense that 3 of the last 4 years they've actually fielded a top 15 pass defense. But I think that actually lends itself to the rushing game in this one. In fact, North Carolina's offense has really just leaned into the run game, and I expect them to do that and the legs of Drake Maye in this one because he can book it. And I think he's going to do that against this Minnesota defense in this one. We're going with the over 32.5 rush yards for Drake Maye. Next up, going to another SEC showdown, the Florida Gators hosting the Tennessee Volunteers in the Swamp. And for a prop bet, I am looking at Joe Milton over 18.5 rushing yards at -115. Milton had 33 rushing yards in week 1, just 3 last week. But when you're looking at this Tennessee offense, they haven't really lived up to the hype of the pyrotechnics they've had in years past, particularly with Hendon Hooker at quarterback and Jalen wide receiver. However, they haven't really needed to. They're 4th in the nation in rushing yards. So I think they're going to lean into what they're doing well at so far, and that is running the ball. And I think a big component of that is the fact that Milton can run the ball as well. He's got a cannon of an arm, but he has had a lot of misfires lately, a lot of receiver drops. And I think going into a hostile environment, a place they haven't won since 2003, they're going to lean in that run game. I expect Milton to go over this 18.5 rushing yards mark. Another way you can play this is to go with the Vols running back Jalen Wright over 60.5 rushing yards. It's around -120 in the sports books. Wright's gone over 110 the last 2 games. And in fact, he has gone over that total 7 of the last 10 collegiate games in this one, going up against a Florida defense that has struggled to defend against the run in years past, particularly against Tennessee. And when you're looking at this Tennessee offense, it's kind of a pick your poison offense. It'll be interesting to see how Florida plays this on defense. The past 2 games, teams have really been employing 2 high safeties to try to limit the deep ball. And we will see if they do that this time around or if they challenge Joe Milton, because he has been a little bit inaccurate in his passes, which is exactly why Tennessee has just been leaning into the run game in this one. I expect them to do that here, especially in this loud, hostile environment, and just run the ball as much as possible. So Jalen Wright also a good play here, over 60.5 rushing yards. Lastly, we're going to Louisville star wide receiver Jamari Thrash over 75.5 receiving yards. We took Thrash back in week 1 and he crushed it for us. He's gone over 80 receiving yards each of the first 2 games of the season. He has 4 touchdowns on the year. He's been an absolute monster. Going up against Indiana, a team that gave up 237 passing yards to Ohio State back in week 1. Watch out for Jamari Thrash this week. Take the over on his receiving yards. Let me know what you think about my prop picks for this week. If you think I'm taking crazy pills or if you are tailing me. And if you are tailing me, make sure to do so on Underdog Fantasy, PrizePicks, CHALKBOARD, and Sleeper. Great apps. It's also great if you're in a state where sports betting not yet legal and you can still get in on some of the action there. So make sure to check those out. And when you download them, use that promo code LineStar for up to $100 if your deposit match. Let me know what you think in the comment, because the comment also enters you into our prop bets contest. If we hit 4 or 5 props, one randomly selected commenter wins $100. So you got to be in it to win it. Make sure to comment below and let's help each other out, okay? Let's get those winning tickets in for week 3 in college football. Go Dogs. Good luck in all your prop betting endeavors. We'll see you guys next time.